Hey peeps, what's up? Manchi here, back with another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can check why your GE Cafe dishwasher is not heating or drying your dishes properly. Now, a piece of warning, I am not a certified repair person. I'm just somebody who likes to fix things. So, you can try all these things, and if none of these work for you, then you might have to call in the specialists. Next up, make sure that you are taking all the precautions. Turn the breaker off if you have to pull out the dishwasher, get some help, all those things. So, with all those warnings out of the way, let us get down to business. Now this here is the model of the GE Cafe dishwasher which I have, and hopefully these steps which we're going to follow work for other GE dishwashers as well. The first thing I recommend you do is, of course, clean the filter, the one on the bottom there. Turn it anti-clockwise, clean that, and then the next thing I recommend you do is at the bottom you have to remove the plate, and down here you have a pressure switch. So this here is the pressure switch I am talking about. If this gets clogged, this is like right below your filter and the sump. So if this gets clogged, sometimes the dishwasher does not dry your dishes and the heating element does not work. I have a separate video on how to clean this, which is linked in the description of this video. Next up, if you use rinse-aid in your dishwasher and this lid is closed, go ahead, check the level of rinse-aid and make sure that it is filled up to the maximum. Sometimes if this is closed and there is no rinse-aid, that also, makes the dishwasher think that there is nothing in here, so it doesn't turn on the heating element and the dishwasher does not heat up or dry your dishes. So make sure if you're using rinse-aid that it is filled to the maximum level, and if it is empty, go ahead and refill it. Now for our next test, we will put the dishwasher in consumer error mode. So how do you do that? Okay, make sure that you have electrical supply turned on, and then we are going to open the door of the GE Cafe dishwasher and then close it. Once you do that, you have to press the touchable buttons on the extreme end. So in my case, the first button which I can press on the extreme left is auto, and then of course the one on the extreme right is start. So I'm going to press and hold both of them at the same time. So press and hold on auto first and then press and hold on start. Keep doing that and soon it will go into consumer error mode. So you heard that beep. It is now going into consumer error mode. The door is locked and pretty soon the lights will blink and it is going to show us a version number over here. So in my case, it is not showing me any version number. Now we are in consumer error mode right now, and if it detects some error, you might see some of the lights which are on permanently. So if dry and dry boost are on the LED on those options, then you have a wash temperature error. Similarly, if temperature boost or high temperature temp wash, that LED is on, which is this one over here, then that means there's a thermistor error. So on the screen you will see a screenshot about the different errors which might be going on with your GE Cafe dishwasher if any of those LEDs are on. Now to come out of this consumer error mode, just press any button or say press POTS and we are out of the consumer error mode. Now in my case, none of the lights came on, and even then the dishwasher was not heating up. So that is when from the consumer error mode you enter into service mode, something which the GE techs are going to use. So next up we're going to enter into that mode, and if by any chance you're lucky enough that you get the temperature or high boost mode or high heating mode LED on, that means your thermistor is not working properly, and that is one of the reasons why the heating element is not working or the dishes are not drying. So in that case you have to change your thermistor, and I will put the timestamp over here so that you can jump to that part wherein I tell you how to change the thermistor on your GE Cafe dishwasher. Now next up we're going to go into consumer error mode first and then into service mode, and then from service mode we're going to try and bypass the thermistor and run the heating element test. So to go into consumer error mode, press and hold the extreme left button and then the extreme right button, pressing and holding both of these, in my case auto and start, and pretty soon we should enter into consumer error mode. So now we are in consumer error mode and you have to wait for a few seconds, make sure that the door is closed all the way. And from here in next, if I now press and hold the extreme left touchable button, in my case auto, I'm going to press and hold this, pretty soon I should enter into my service mode. So you heard that, and now I am in service mode. Now once you're in service mode, you're going to see the LED light on the front also blink. So you can see I have the option 1 over there, but the LED light is also blinking. If I press on auto here, it will change the number, so 2, and now the LED is blinking 2 times. Now for testing our heating element, you have to go into option 4 by pressing the auto button, and once you are in that specific option, all you have to do to start the test is press the start button, and now it is running the heating element. This test is going to run for 2 minutes. So a test just finished, and next thing we're going to do is we're going to open the dishwasher over here, open the door, and at this point do not try, I repeat, do not try to touch the heating element. As you can see, mine is already fizzing out, which means it is working fine. But if you want to test it, all you have to do is take some water and try to put it over the heating element, and if it, you hear that sizzle, you hear water evaporating, that means my heating element here is working absolutely fine. So there it is, you can see the heating element is working like a boss. Now at this point, we can go ahead and close the door and then just press any button to come out of the service mode as well. So if after completing this test of running the heating element in service mode, you see that your heating element is working absolutely fine, then that means your thermistor is bad and you need to change your thermistor. Now, in case you do have to change the thermistor on your GE Cafe dishwasher, where do you find it? Well, it is at the bottom. All you have to do is remove the front kick plate, and then this reddish brown thing which you see, that is your thermistor. Undo that connection over there and then rotate it counterclockwise. It will pop out, get a new one, pop a new one back in, and then connect that wire, and hopefully that fixes the heating element not working or your GE Cafe dishwasher not drying your dishes. Now what if when you went into service mode, went to option 4, ran the test for the heating element, it did not heat up? That means the thermistor is fine and working properly, but the next thing we have to check is the thermal cutoff switch. Now for this one, you do have to pull out your GE Cafe dishwasher. So take all the precautions, get some help, turn off the breaker if you're pulling out your GE Cafe dishwasher. Make sure that you have enough length for the wire, the hoses, everything when you pull out your dishwasher. And then where do you find the thermal cutoff switch on your GE Cafe dishwasher? Well, it is on the bottom right. So here it is. We are at the back of the GE Cafe dishwasher, and this thing over here, this is your thermal cutoff switch for your GE Cafe dishwasher, and you can actually very carefully and slowly try to pull it out. And you see, here it is. So I was able to pull it out successfully. And where is the button? Well. So the button is between these two wires. There it is. You see that black thingy in the middle of the two wires? That is the thermal cutoff switch or the thermal cutoff button on the GE Cafe dishwasher. And all you have to do is press it in. If it is stripped, try to press it in with a screwdriver and you should hear a click. And once you are successful in, pushing that thermal cutoff down, all you have to do is slide this thing back into place. Now with the thermal cutoff back in place, that is, it was stripped, we pushed it back in, kind of reset it, go ahead and turn on your mains for the dishwasher and then run the test in service mode option number 4 one more time and see if that fixes your dishwasher not heating or the heating element not turning on. And that is what was the issue for me, and that fixed the issue of my GE Cafe dishwasher not drying my dishes. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to check the resistance between the heating elements. So the dishwasher right now is turned off, the breaker is off, and on the back you will see these two connections, and all you have to do is pull this one out and pull the purple one out as well. Once that is done, we're going to use our digital multimeter to check the resistance between the heating element points. All right, so this here is the digital multimeter, and we're going to put it in ohms mode to check the resistance, and we're going to use the minimum which is available, and right now for me the minimum available is 200. If you have something like 50, use that, and then all you need to do next is take your test leads and put them on either side. Doesn't matter which one goes where. So we're going to take our black one over here and put it on this one. Going to take the red one over here and put it on this one and check the resistance. So you can see for me the resistance right now is 13.8 ohms, and do note that the dishwasher was not used in the last 5 or 6 hours, so the heating element is totally cold and at room temperature, and my resistance is jumping between 13.7 and 13.8. Anything above this means your heating element is good. Anything below this means that the heating element is not good on your GE Cafe dishwasher and you might have to change it. Now, changing it is pretty easy. So all you have to do is undo this one over here and undo this one over here. And once you undo both of these white thingies, you should be able to remove the heating element from inside your GE Cafe dishwasher. Now, what if none of these methods help you figure out why your GE Cafe dishwasher is not heating properly and the dishes are not getting dried up, or the heating element is not working? Well, you have two more possibilities left. The first one is that this whole harness with the thermal cutoff has gone bad. So you can try replacing this, because these wires eventually go to the spot wherein your heating element actually plugs in. And the worst case option here, or the worst case scenario over here, is that the motherboard on your GE Cafe dishwasher has gone bad. I do not know how to test the last two possibilities which I told you about. So if you have any information on that, you can mention it in the comments on this video so we can help out other GE Cafe dishwasher owners. And hopefully this video helped you out and you were able to successfully fix your GE Cafe dishwasher not heating and the heating element not working properly.